Awesome. We're going to spend a few minutes here and I'll just dive in. So, my name is Billups, Omido. Somebody has got, let me mute Joey. You can't see me because there's some light behind me. Yeah, that's how I look like. So, my name is Billups Omido. I love young people. My work is to, my purpose on earth is to inspire and build young people, help them unleash their potential, help them realize their purpose. One, for the glory of God, but also number two, for the betterment of the society. Which means I live every day to ensure that one more life of a young person is changed, is transformed, so that you can make God happy. But number two, most importantly, is so that you can bring change in wherever you are. So that could be at home, at school, at any place where you are. I'm going to be giving you an exercise later on to discuss a few things. Part of my goal is to build a community of young people who are world changers and who are great from a very young age of 20. I do believe that you don't have to begin being great or bringing change when you're in your 30s or 40s or 50s or even 70s. When some people become presidents, you can actually provide solutions on earth at your very young age. This is session two. Last week on Thursday, sorry, we had session one. There's the idea of life canvas model. I'm not sure what ages are here, but in business, there's something called business canvas model. It is basically a one-page document where you talk about your competitor, the value you bring, your business, and all that. So I thought, why should we not have a life canvas model? And so we're going to call this a life canvas garage. And part of the things that we'll be doing is the same way you take your car, if you have a car, the same way you take a vehicle to the garage for it to be maintained, to be repaired. This is going to be that place. So some of you have got trauma, some of you have got sicknesses that are mental, things that are deep in your life. It could be addictions, it could just be issues. So this is actually a human garage. But also number two, this is going to be a safe space for you to build your dreams. So some of you, if you have a product, if you have a business, if you have an idea, this is going to be an incubation place for that. And the reason why we are doing this is because we are a community and we want to exchange ideas and become better. So for example, if you're a medical student of medicine, if you're an engineer, you're going to work with each other. And in that, you're going to develop leadership skills, networking skills, stakeholder management skills. You're going to develop friendships. Some of you are going to launch businesses, ideas. You're going to help each other and you're going to serve and volunteer. And all that, when you connect the dots, it's going to make sense a few years from now. So those who were here last week, I sent to you a workbook or a journal. You are supposed to take at least 8 days or 10 days to just go through it. Last week, we talked about connecting the dots. That means when you look back at your life, what are those things that really make sense? We talked about what if you have an idea? How can you launch it? How can you make better choices? And we even talked about principles that you can actually follow. If it's your first time here, kindly, I'd request Victor. Victor, kindly put your number there. The people that are here for the first time, they're going to text you and then you'll add them to the group. Or you can go ahead and add the link for the WhatsApp so that people can actually join. We also talked about balance in work. Some of you are not working now, but you are students. We talked about how to play, how to have fun, and how to have joy. We also talked about relationships. Some of you who have either girlfriends or boyfriends, or some of you who have parents, how can you connect with them, friendships. We also talked about health and energy. How can you be a vibrant person? So I'm not going to repeat that. So if you didn't receive this workbook or journal, a journal is not a book to read. A journal is a practice. So you have to read something, you think through, and then you write a few things. The moment you journal, you remember, and you're likely to act on some of the things that you do. So today we're going to focus on a few things. I'm going to be very practical. So I'll be inspiring a little bit, but I'm going to be very, very practical. So look at my screen for the next few minutes. So I'm going to share my screen and then I'm going to make it very, very practical. Very, very practical. Confirm if you can see my screen. If you have a question, if there's something you've not understood, go ahead and ask me. I'm going to give you an assignment. I want each one of you to go and write a one page, anything one page, a one page essay on this quote by somebody called Saint Irenaeus. He was a Catholic priest. He said, "The glory of God is a human fully alive. The glory of God is man fully alive." The first thing, we're going to talk about identity, who you are. And the first thing I'm going to talk about is knowing yourself. I don't know whether you know yourself. So, do you know who you are? So, let me see who is here. Let me ask a few people. Somebody called Aaron Kipkoech. Kindly unmute. Aaron, how are you?
I'm fine.
Who are you? Who are you?
I'm okay. I'm a student in a university now.
Okay, good. Don't talk about student. Don't talk about where you come from. Don't talk about your title. Aaron, introduce yourself again. Who are you?
My name is Arad Langat.
Don't talk about your name. Anything else? Give us five things that describe you. And don't mention a student. Don't mention your parents. Don't mention anything else. Where you come from. What five things describe you?
Okay. Yes.
One,
My ability to socialize with people.
socialize good. Number two, quick,
The my objectives, my purpose.
which is
Uh,
what? What's your purpose?
Maybe to be an AI policymaker.
Perfect. AI policymaker. Awesome. Number three, very fast. Celestine Barasa, be ready. You're next. Mhm.
I'm prayerful.
Prayerful or playful
Prayerful.
or prayerful. Good. Number four, two to go. Quick.
I love helping others, no matter
Helping.
not acknowledging their. I mean, they are
Mhm.
not knowing them, just helping them.
Awesome. Good. Number five,
I like teamwork.
teamwork. Awesome. Good. Thank you. There's a lady called Celestine. Are you here? You dropped. Let's go to Daphne. Daphne, unmute. Who are you? What are the five things that describe you? Don't mention your age. Don't mention you're a student. Don't mention your name. Daphne?
Okay, so I'm a cheerful person.
Cheerful.
Okay, I
Awesome.
love, yeah, I'm what?
Cheerful. Number 2.
Okay. I'm a volleyball player.
Volleyball. Awesome. 3.
Um, uh, I'm a person who loves sharing
Sharing.
and
Awesome.
caring about
4.
others.
4.
I'm a person who's joyful.
Joyful. Lastly.
And a person who appreciates the people that are with her.
Okay, good. Your identity is not what you are. Your identity is who you are. Those are two different things. If you have a pen and a paper or a notebook, write that. Who you are is different from what you are. What you are is what we can see, the things that you do, your titles. You are a student. Some of you are working. That is what you are. You are a child. But then who you are is deeper. Who you are is about values, is about your interests. Who you are is about your goals. Who you are is something that is deep within that makes you come alive. And the best thing you can actually do, or the gift that you can give yourself in your 20s, is knowing yourself. What I call knowing thyself. Identity shows up at work. Your identity shows up in your class, in your lecture rooms, in your relationships, and even in your friendships. Identity is how you see yourself when no one is watching. Identity is who you are when you are alone. Identity shapes your choices before even your habits form. Identity is not your past. Identity is not your mistakes. Identity is not what happened to you. However, what happened to you can change your identity. Identity is the original version or the original you that God created. And we're going to be looking at that. However, what happens in life is this: that originality dwindles, changes, is eroded by some of the things that happen in you and externally. The real problem when it comes to identity is when it is confused, it's unclear, and when you copy other people when they try to fix you instead of fixing yourself. It's my hope that for the next few weeks, when you're going to spend time together, you're going to redefine who you are and know originally what is it that keeps you original so that you're not a copy. Ideally, sometimes we think that identity is about culture, gender, sexuality, beliefs, values, which is true. Sometimes your identity is even about your personality and experiences, and we're going to look at that. Well, so who are you? I don't have the answers. I want you to go and research who is it that you are. Today, I'm going to give you something practical. There are 4 temperaments. I think some of you know it. So we have the sanguine, we have the choleric, melancholic, and phlegmatic. Temperament is how you behave, your personality. So some of you are very outgoing. Some of you really know how to socialize. Some of you are quiet, you are introverted. Some of you are calm, even in tense and chaotic spaces. Let me begin by talking about the sanguine. Sometimes they're described as yellow. If you have a piece of paper and a pen, you can actually write this. If you fall here, you're going to raise your hand. This type of person called a sanguine, you love social places. We ni mswabash. Unapenda ma activities. You like discussions. You have form of fear of missing out. You're always with your friends. You love people. Yani penye kuna watu wako, you're always there. You delight in change. You don't like boredom. However, it becomes difficult for you to concentrate. Ukiwa class, ukiwa lecture, if a lecture goes for 30 minutes, 1 hour, you're on your phone, you want something, you have over 20, 30, 40 friends, and you even know their names. You even know their birthdays. But you're also very loving and forgiving. You can't stay without relationships. You come from one relationship to another. And you're very innovative, very talkative, but also sometimes you're very forgetful. I don't know who is a yellow here. Who is a sanguine? Just raise your hand. Yeah. Melanie Saitoti, you're a sanguine. Whoever you are, sanguine, don't change. I know when you're young, you are told to keep quiet, kaa chini. You are the person who used to move from class to class. You used to go to events. Kama ilikuwa high school, ulikuwa unaenda out. Outings zote ulikuwa unaenda. That is who God created you to become, sanguine. You're always extroverted. You are always external, outgoing. There's also another person who is outgoing, but then they're called a choleric. They're not yellow. Sometimes their color is red. They're described as fire. They are fiery. They are direct. They are quick in action. Ukipata idea, this type of person called choleric, you go ahead and do it very fast. You don't wait. You are natural leaders. And we're going to see here, I think we are around 38. Yes. By the end of today, a choleric is going to come up. Because in a few weeks' time, I know we should be having a hike. One day we're going to have lunch. We're going to have dinner. And the people who are going to plan for those things are cholerics. Yani, they don't struggle. So most of the time, these cholerics walikuwa wale wasi walikuwa wanachaguliwa kama prefects wakiwa shule. Na wanasema yes. They have keen interests. They are quick to judge. They're easy to anger and unforgiving. Sometimes wanakasirika and their anger is so bad. They're also very demanding. They're direct. They're aggressive. Kama ni game, they're very competitive and they're always winning. But they're also organized. They're ambitious. Like right now, anybody who is a choleric, by the time alikuwa form 1, alijua anataka kufanya nini. This type of people, they may not be number 1, they may not get A's and B's, but they give their best in education. Give them any activity, cholerics wako sawa. They're also very heroic. Cholerics become some of the great leaders in the world. So, choleric and sanguines are extroverted. Extroverted means hawa ni wasi wanaangalianga huko nje sana sana. They're not wasi wa kutulia. They're always making friends and all that. Now, the second group of people are introverted. Introverted. My introverts ni wale wasi wametulia sana. Oh, but then before I continue, who is a choleric here? Inua mkono ni kuone. Let me see, who is a choleric here? Just raise your hand. Anyone who is a choleric? Good. Awesome. Let's go. Introverted. Introverts ni wale wasi wametulia. You go to a room, you're always quiet. And there are two types, melancholic and phlegmatic. Let me begin with phlegmatic. The color is green. Phlegmatic, you're like water. Actually, you are earth. You appear lazy, but you're not lazy. You're always relaxed. Yani wewe hauna kelele mingi, hauna mbwembwe mob. You are peaceful. You're always quiet and complacent. You like to be left alone. Haupendi kusumbuliwa. When sanguines and cholerics are talking to people within 5 minutes wakienda kwa new place, you want to take your time. But you also love nice things. You love food. You love swimming. It's very hard to motivate this type of people. You are cheerful and easygoing, but you are not as extroverted as cholerics and sanguines. And you like comfort. When there's a lot of hard work, we upendi hiyo. Yani, haupendi tu stress. But you're also a peacemaker. And you avoid crisis. Kama ni kugombana, haupendi. So phlegmatics, hao most of the time ni wale wase peacemakers. Kama saizi Iran na US wanapigana, you choose that type of career. Kuna msa anaitwa melancholic. So melancholic, they're deep thinkers. Ni wale wase huandika vitabu, musicians, wako deep, spoken word artists, they are analytical. You feel things emotionally, deeply. Iwe ni msawama emotions, una feel kama movie, una watch movie, unasikia yani wendo unatoiwa machozi yani. You are so emotional, you are devoted and you are compassionate, you are thoughtful. Now, sanguines sometimes can have many friends, but sanguines are not caring to their friends like the melancholic. So melancholic ni ule msee, ukijua friend yako akona birthday, you go ahead, unambaya gift. Msee akiwa na bash, akiwa na event, msee best yake amekufa or something, you're always there. You are thoughtful. But sometimes you are overwhelmed. When msee huwezi multitask, lakini sanguine anaweza multitask na choleric. We ni kitu moja. Unafanya kitu moja, unamaliza. Lakini ukipatiwa vitu mingi, una struggle, kuna stress. Sometimes you're very anxious. Anxiety inakuwa juu. You're always stressed about the future. Sanguine does not care. Sometimes melancholic, you're always fearful. Melancholic, hawapendi kutake risks. But sanguines na cholerics, they take risks. These are just more examples. Let's look at careers. And I think some of you who have just finished Form 4 are here. Some of you who are in college pia mko hapa. Yeah, some of you I think you are working. Nataka muone kama this suits you, tuanze na choleric. Yes. Choleric nilisema ni wale wase ni fire. Dominant. Most of the time I say they go for their dreams. They become presidents. They are the CEOs in companies and organizations. They are natural leaders. I say they become contractors. Wakianzisha biashara, they become great businessmen. Akina Elon Musk ndio hawa sasa. Wanakuwa managers. They own businesses. Politicians are here. Entrepreneurs wako hapa. Police, military officers, especially their leaders, managers, executives. Hawa ni macholeric. Let somebody unmute aniambie which politician in Kenya is a choleric. This guy will do anything apate chenye anataka. Who can guess? He's a very famous Kenyan who is a choleric.
Maybe a president.
Awesome. Ruto ako hapa. Ruto will do Ndindi Nyoro. These guys will do anything to achieve their dreams. Kama we ni choleric, andika hapo. I am one, by the way. Mi nikitaka kitu naiendea. I'm not sure if you're a choleric. Hebu andika tu hapo neno ma cholerics wako wapi. Na siku moja tutakutana. Let me go to number 2, sanguines. Their color is yellow. Sanguines ni wasema social. They become, kama unafanya public relations hapa, huwezi fanya mambo ya PR alafu wewe si mse wa watu. Watu wa news wako hapa, reporters wako hapa, salesperson, watu wa kuuza insurance wako hapa, watu wa marketing wako hapa, wale wase wana act wako hapa, kama wama influencers wana post. Ukitaka kujua sanguine ni wale wase wana post sana sana, wako hapa. Wako kwa entertainment, wameanzisha ma clubs, kama kuna challenge yote kwa TikTok wana post, wana dance, wako hapo. Personnel, interviewer, hostess, wale wase wa ndege, anybody that deals with people, even politicians are here. A politician anakuwa kila pahali. Ukipata mtu ambaye ni choleric na ni sanguine, crazy, crazy, crazy. The guy cannot be in one space. And a good example is our president. I want you to look at his itinerary ama schedule yake. Hakuna siku hiyo msee utampata kwa ofisi throughout. He'll be having a minister in the morning, welcoming a president in the morning at 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. ama na sign bills. By 11 ako Kisumu. By 3 ako Kiambu. The guy is always on the road. Those are sanguines. They're also choleric. Sanguines because ni mse wa watu, haizi kaa pahali pamoja. But also choleric because there's something they are getting. Mtu kama yuwezi mshinda. They are directors, party planners, customer, service relation. Number 3, melancholics. These are thinkers. Wanatulianga tu. Ni wase wa kufocused. Forecaster here can mean a lot of things. If you're working in banking, if you're working in finance, forecaster ni mse anakaa chini ana analyze data. Atakuambia wapi to invest. Atakuambia maybe by next year dola itakuwa imefika 130, itakuwa imefika 120. So itabidi utulie kidogo, ama itakuwa imefika 150. So they forecast. Troubleshooters, critic, kama wale wasa wanapenda kucritic gava, unaonanga kwa TV. Investigator, engineers, technical support, architects wako hapa. Watu kudesign magame, data analyst, pilots wako hapa. Artists, watu wa kupaint. Actuary ni wale wasa wanafanya maths, na musician na auditor, watu wa numbers. These guys si wasa wa watu. Mtu kama pilot, hakuna siku utainteract na watu. Kazi yako ni kwenda kwa cockpit, kuendesha ndege, itoe hapa ipeleke US. Toa US ipeleke Japan, toka Japan uende Brazil. Engineer si lazima interact na watu wengi. Lakini politician huwezi. So if anyone of you wants to be a politician, I hope you are a sanguine or a choleric. Ya mwisho ni phlegmatic. Phlegmatic ni wase wako haki uoshe ni mse anaweza ona news, aone mse yako na shida na mhurumia, anaanza kulia. You're the kind of people, ukitembea tao uone street kid ama madha yako na mtoi, unataka kumpatia food. Mtu wako na shida unataka kumsikiza. Administrators, HR managers, social workers, family, doctors, nurses wako hapa. Okay. Residential services, mechanics wako hapa, walimu wako hapa. They take time with people. Leaders, some of the leaders actually are here also. Managers in companies, they don't need to talk too much, but they listen to people. Now, all of you who are here, you fall under any of this. You are either choleric, a sanguine, melancholic, or a phlegmatic. So choleric ni ule mse go-getter, direct. Sanguine, nimesema ni ule mse wa watu. Bash, happy. Ni mse haizi tulia. Melancholic ni mse anatulianga, ni mse wa numbers. Ako very organized. Sanguine akwangi organized. Ukienda kwa room ya sanguine, utapata sijui kitanda iko aje haja spread, lakini melancholic wanga na spread kitanda yake. Phlegmatic ni ule mse sasa anapenda watu, anahurumia watu. I'm not sure where you fall and whether the things you are learning or the course you've taken in university falls in any of this. Because if you've chosen the wrong course, uta struggle kama temperament yako ama personality yako ya line. Maybe ulikuwa wewe ni msee ni nurse. Nurse pia anapenda watu ndio, lakini umechukua course ya nursing lakini hauna huruma. Utadunga msee shindano na umejam, utaleta kesi. So knowing if you want to become an architect, msee wa data, you want to become an auditor, an accountant, na upendi numbers au uko organized, utashtukiwa umeandika 30 million instead of 30 billion. You'll miss a zero. So melancholics, you must be very direct. Let me see. Is there anybody with a question? Sitaki kuongea sana sana sana. Some of you, this is the first time mnasikia hii information. So as you work on your identity, who you are, ni vizuri kuelewa. Are you a choleric, sanguine, melancholic, or a phlegmatic? Somebody, unmute. Ebu nisho. Wewe ni nani? Anybody. Let's make it interactive. Benson, Alex Wambua, Aska, Clay, Gabriel, Elijah. Somebody, Hodia, Inspire Foundation. Just unmute. Kivuva. Mtu unmute aniambie. Ako wapi hapa? Anyone? Let me see.
Thank you.
Yes, who is this? Nani ameongea?
Melanie.
Melanie, you are a sanguine. Uko shule gani? Ama what do you do, Melanie?
I'm a graduate.
Oh, okay. Which course did you do? Ama are you umefanya kazi ama what are you looking towards?
For now, graduate in agriculture, general agriculture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So wewe ni mse wa watu.
I will be working the next few weeks.
Awesome. So mtu kama we, Melanie, take advantage.
Yes.
Najua phone book yako imejaa contacts kama 1 million.
Yeah.
Anzisha biashara, start anything, you'll make a lot of money because you have the contacts. Na najua uko na mdomo tamu. You know how to talk to people. So use that to make money, to make friendships, and make networks. Somebody else. Kindle is a choleric, Otieno is a choleric, Hodia melancholic. Yeah, Victor, actually, you are a melancholic. Then him say organist. Newton,
I have a
choleric.
question.
Yes, question. Ask.
But a person can have different characteristics from these 4 different temperaments.
Yes. Most of the time you can have 2.
Like for instance,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a choleric,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm also a phlegmatic on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
I am not a person who likes talking. I'm always quiet sometimes. But when I get to know a person, I'll be interacting with the person.
Okay, yeah. So which one is more, choleric or
Yeah.
phlegmatic?
Choleric is more.
Awesome. So utajidescribe, utasema you are a choleric, phlegmatic. So you can
Yeah.
actually be both. Okay. So what I didn't tell you is you can actually be both. You can either be a choleric, you can be a choleric sanguine, but kuna kwanga na ile dominant. Kuna ile dominant. So kuna, like me, I'm a choleric melancholic with a bit of sanguine. So I'm a go-getter, I'm a leader, natural leader, but pia, so choleric, I'm a leader, I am a go-getter, but I have a bit of melancholic. So I'm a thinker. That made me choose architecture. I analyze things, meaning mseneza kachini nitulie. I think through an idea, I innovate. So I'm a choleric melancholic. Okay? But choleric iko mob kuliko melancholic. Ngine, anaweza kuwa sanguine phlegmatic. So you can be a nurse who loves people. Ukiona wasi, hey, umekaa, wewe ni mgonjwa wapi? Lakini kuna nurse mwingine, kazi yake tu ni kukudunga shindano na kupatia madawa na anaenda. So, one of the things I want you to do this week, kuanzia kesho, enda kwa Google, do a test. Some of you who don't know who you are, I want you to go and Google what is your personality or what is your temperament. Do I have any question? Anyone with a question? Anyone with a question? Swali.
I'm Nicholas Otieno. Where do
Yes.
introverts fall?
So, there are two types of personalities, introverts na extroverts. Nilikuwa nimesema extroverts ni wale wasi wanapenda ku outward going, and we have two types. We have sanguines and cholerics. Okay? But introverts tuko na mbili pia. You are either melancholic or a phlegmatic. So melancholic ni ule mse ametulianga, but you have wisdom, you are a deep thinker. Yeah. If people are talking, you are the last one to talk. But ile point unatoa iko strong. And you take time. But phlegmatic ni introvert pia. Phlegmatic ni msee, yeye ametulianga tu. But pia anakwanga msee wa uoshe. You are a peacemaker. Upendi siasa mob. So, you are either an introvert or an extrovert. If you're an extrovert, you are either choleric or a sanguine. But kama wewe ni introvert, you're also two types. Uko melancholic ama phlegmatic. But also sometimes you can be both. Okay? Good. Any other question? If you've just joined us, we are talking about identity, knowing who you are. And today we are focusing on your temperaments or your personalities and how you are supposed to accept who you are and not try to change. I know some of you when you are young, ulikuwa msee wa mbwembwe sana. Ulikuwa unapenda kucheza and all that. And even ulichapwa na paro ama na mwalimu. And so, the sanguineness in you and the cholericness in you ilishrink. So you are traumatized. There are some things you used to do. Some of you even were in sports, mlikuwa mnafanya drama, poetry, mnaimba. Deep within you can do that. But because ulikemewa, ukaambiwa kaa chini, uko na kipelembele. So, what happened? You shrank. Na ile siku ulishrink, that is not who you are. So one of the things you need to do is rediscover who you are. But also some of you are quiet. You are phlegmatic. You are melancholic. You are peaceful. But you also wish you are a sanguine. No, don't wish to be like anybody. Be who you are. It's okay. It's okay to be who you are. Any question? So when it comes to your identity, let me introduce an aspect of, yes, somebody has a question?
So I'm Dennis Mondowino.
Yes, Dennis.
So firstly, actually the thing that you are saying is true, and that's something that I'm trying to relate according to the conversation and how you are presenting this topic. And my question is, because I've been trying to do some research about the choleric categories of people.
Yes.
But I've realized even these guys, they don't overperform. In terms of performance, maybe in school, they are moderate in terms of performance.
Yes.
Yeah. And again, this guy, they have ability. Like I used to describe them, they are people that even if they are given some time mathematics, they can do the calculation and even pass the answer. Yeah, because they believe in themselves and there's just how they relate to things. They overthink. They overthink.
Yes.
Yeah. And actually I'm that kind of a person, because when I was in class 2, class 3, my vision was to be a pilot. But later, after Form 4, I realized that things are now becoming more technical, and I decided to do information communication technology, that is ICT. Then later on, I was much into programming and doing research. Then after there, I then realized that okay, I love the sector of my study, but now in terms of work, I just found myself again in reception. Yeah.
Okay.
So yes.
Now, cholerics, I talked about it. They are go-getters. Cholerics are not lazy. It doesn't mean they become number one, because for you to succeed in education, kuna many factors. Kuna wale walizaliwa tu na brains, hata wasomi lakini wanapita tu mtihani. So you too need talent. Some of you are talented differently. One day we'll talk about talents and intelligence. But cholerics, they put effort. So mtu kama wewe, najua ukuwa pilot, you wanted to become a pilot. But I know any career utachagua, you're going to succeed if you just focus. Now, the only thing that can keep you down as a choleric is procrastination. You are so hardworking, you are so talented, you know what you want, but sometime unaweza sema I'll do it tomorrow. So you need to kill that. Now is fanya hiyo kitu saizi, and I think I'll talk about it in the second session too saizi, on how to unleash your potential or unlock your potential. Thank you so much. So let me go to this. On your identity, who you are determines what you are. Let me introduce an aspect of God here. Before, and I know some of you are Christians, I'm not sure if you have Muslims, and if you have Muslims, it's also okay. Some of you have got a victim mentality. Victim ni nini? Ulizaliwa kwa poverty, and you think you'll die in poverty. So anytime you introduce yourself, unasemanga, oh, my name is Benson. I come from a humble background, a poor background. From today, I want you to stop introducing yourself like that. Do you know why? Nobody cares where you came from. So that is an old mindset. Identity I want you to change. I want you to start calling yourself a victor. A victor is somebody who has conquered. Romans 8:37 says, in all these things we are more than conquerors. I know many of you came from poverty. I did. But I don't introduce myself like that. If you want to make it in life, no matter how soon, whichever career, stop being a victim. Some of you are doubters. Some of you are even doubting whether you'll go to university, whether you'll do masters, whether you'll be rich. Mi ndio mnaitwa doubting Thomas. Acheni kufikiria hivyo. So some of you are skeptic. I want you to start being a believer. Jesus akaambia Thomas, hiyo ni after alikuwa amesha toka kwa grave. Akasema hivi, blessed are those who have not seen yet have believed. One of you is going to become a president here, a manager. Some of you are going to Harvard. Harvard is actually one of the best universities in the world for your masters. Some of you are going to start big businesses. But huwezi anzisha hizo vitu if you're not a believer, if you're a skeptic and you're a doubter. Some of you, you've never even seen a car drive. Somebody drive a car to your compound, ukule ocha. Because you think that you'll still end up like that. Maybe you could be the first person with a car, with a big mansion. Some of you are spectators. Spectator nani? Spectator ni, najua nyinyi mnapenda ball. Arsenal, Man U, Man City, nini hizo vitu zote. Na sijui kama sana itachukua ligi. Spectator ni yule msee, yeye anatulianga tu. Kama saizi, I'll give some of you opportunities. Spectator ni msee anatulianga tu. Like right now I'm writing books. I want one of you actually, if you know you're good in design, Ebu, reach out to me. I'll write my number there. I need someone to help me do a cover of a book. Spectator ni msee ako talented, ako gifted, lakini yeye wase wakivolunteer kufanya kitu, yeye ametulianga tu. But in God, you are supposed to become a navigator and a warrior. Some of you are timid. Timid ni kama umenyeshewa. Uko tu. But God is calling you to become bold and courageous. In 2 Timothy, somebody called Paul is writing to one of his mentees, and I'm sure, for God has not given you a spirit of fear, but of power and love. Some of you are condemned. You think you're the worst sinner. My friend, you're not the worst sinner. Kuna msanii wa David. David alikuja kaua bibi ya mtu bana. Somebody called Paul, before alikuwa anaitwa Saul. He used to kill Christians. I don't know. But if you come to Christ, you are forgiven. Some of you need to know that you are loved and forgiven. Some of you are orphans in the literal sense. Hawana maparo. Every time ukienda pahali, oh, I'm an orphan, I'm an orphan. From today, stop introducing yourself as an orphan. Know that you have a God in heaven who is your Father. In John it says, see what great love the Father has lavished on us. I know we can talk about being a sanguine, being a choleric, hizo vitu zote. But if you don't change how you view yourself, how to achieve anything in the world? Some of you are weak. Mind yako ni weak. Uko tadia, lakini haujai ongea mbele ya lecture room. Professor hakujui, lecturer hakujui, kijiji hakujui, because you are weak. I want you to say this. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Some of you are lost, either in drugs, in addictions, in depression. Uko hapa, unataka kujitia kitanzi. I've had people, I've seen neighbors, I've seen friends commit suicide because they are lost. They think the problems they have, the problem kubwa hii dunia. My friend, you are not lost, you are found. Nakumbuka ile story ya prodigal son. For this son of mine was dead, he is now alive. He was lost, he has now been found. So, if you want to change the world, begin by changing yourself. I want you to change the old mindset equal the new mindset. You are new in Christ. Yeah? Kama uliokoka ulishaokoka. Nothing has actually changed about that. I don't know. What do you think? Is there anything that you've been doing, you've been thinking about, that is making you still live in the past? I'm not sure. Tonight, nataka uamue utakukifikiria good things about you. You can make it. Let me see. Is there anyone here who wants to study abroad? Raise your hand. Unmute. Anyone? Ungependa kusoma majuu? Anyone?
Me,
Mbaruk.
Mbaruki.
Mbaruki. Kwanza uko wapi
Alright.
bana?
Me
So
too.
so wacha nianze na Mbaruki. Alafu niende kwa
Yeah.
Alex. Mbaruki, niambie. What are you doing right now and where do you want to go study?
Well, right now I am pursuing a diploma in radio programs, production and broadcasting hapo Kenya Institute of Mass Communication. But I was asked not to. I believe I don't do that. What I do is that I am called to enlighten people's life through radio and TV. That's why I'm doing that course. Yeah.
Wow. Now, can I challenge you? Do you have a YouTube channel?
I do, which is not active.
So tomorrow, be active.
Okay.
Be active. And the reason is this. Hakuna mtu anaenda kuandika job. Saizi radio is nothing. Nobody listens to radio. Mi ukiniuliza when was the last time I listened to radio? Hakuna. But every day, over 10 hours niko kwa laptop. Go start a podcast. You have a camera. Record every day. Start your own TV station. Do what Eve Mungai is doing. Do what SPM Baz is doing. Akina Ali, whatever they used to do. All those TV stations online. Go and copy what they're doing. And that is who you are. And then I want you to apply for the jobs. Apply for scholarships. Abroad. Start working on your dream. But you can only do that if you believe you can actually do it. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Now, that is the same thing that is here. This is actually the last slide alafu tumalize. Something called unleashing your potential. So last week tuliongea kuhusu the 5 questions you need to ask yourself. The first question is, where did I come from? Origin. The second question is, who am I? Hiyo tumejibu. Identity. You are a child of God, but also you're still on earth. You need to know your temperament, your personality. It affects everything. So I didn't have time to go deeper. Your personality has got advantages and disadvantages. For example, mtu kama sanguine makes friends easily, but you also lose them easily. And you cannot concentrate on one thing. So everything, your identity has got a disadvantage and an advantage. So you need to know that. We also talked about potential. Potential ni ile kitu inafaa ufanye lakini hufanyi. Na nataka kuongelesha hapa saizi tu kidogo about that. And then kuna kitu inaitwa purpose. Everybody has a purpose. Maybe next week tutaongea kuhusu purpose, what you are supposed to achieve on earth before you die. And then lastly, your legacy, your dreams. How do you plan for them? Some of you are musicians. Haujai record music. Mtu kama wewe Mbaruku, wewe ni radio presenter lakini hata hujai enda radio station yote. It means you are hitting below the belt. Yani unacheza ligi ndogo. Inafaa ucheze ligi kubwa lakini unacheza ligi ndogo. Some of you are musicians. Haujai record song hata moja. Some of you are writers. Haujai andika hata poem hata moja. It means there is so much potential in you lakini una postpone, unadhani wewe ni mdogo, unadhani yani wewe ujiwezi, you have a victim mentality, umejidharau. The first thing I want you to do, take risk, seek discomfort, learn something new. What is to seek discomfort? Kama hujakuwa ukiamka saa moja, anza kuamka saa moja. Kama hujakuwa ukiamka 6, amka 6. Enda uchape lap moja kwa field. Oga, utakuko sawa. Do that every day. For me, my discomfort is I write every day and I research every day. Sipendi, but that's what I do. Learn something new. Saizi I'm so obsessed learning on how to use AI. Nimelearn tools mingi, I'm learning something new. Last time we talked about travel. I need you to travel, guys. Toka penye uko hapa. Kama unaishi Kitengela, toka Kitengela kuja Isinya. I know what is happening in Isinya. Isinya kuna college, kuna college ya farming, kuna polytechnic iko tu hapo kando, kuna Moigas Isinya, kuna Muinda, kuna plantations. Kama uko Nairobi, enda National Museums, enda KICC rooftop ni 300 bob peke yake. Enda, kuna places mob unaweza enda. Learn something new. This is what happens when you travel. When you learn something new, your mind is tricked to do new things. Some of you should be writing books right now. Start tomorrow. Point number 2, just start. Take action. Usingoje. Some of you mko 4th year, haujaandika CV, hebu andika hiyo CV mazi. Apply for that job. So take action. Number 3, plan. Plan your goals. I know your friends, 99% of your friends will never plan what they'll do next year but one. Go and plan. 3, master your energy. Know what you're eating. So don't eat crappy things. Don't do drugs. Hizo zitakumes kabisa. Alcohol itakumes. At your age, I've had friends niliwapata wakiwa kampo na nimeliwacha kampo, and my campus took 6 years. Wamekaa hapo 8 years because they did not preserve their energy. Energy means friends. Kama kuna friend anakudrain, wachana naye, move to the next one. Change your environment and your friends. Very, very key. If you have 4 friends, wanasemanga you're an average of those friends. Kuna kitabu inaitwa Corinthians inasema bad company corrupts good morals. Ukiwa na friends mwenye kazi yake ni kukuinspire, you'll become the next one. Lastly, ukishafanya hizo vitu zote ni kuwa na kitu momentum ama discipline ama consistency. What is discipline? Every day, hata kama ujisikii, if you're supposed to do something for 1 hour, ifanye hata kama ni 10 minutes every day, and you're gonna succeed. So that is how to unleash your potential. Take risk, seek discomfort. One of the regrets I have until now is I wish I would have learned an instrument, and I think I can do it. Maybe I'm going to learn soon. There are some things that I was supposed to start kitambo na si kuanza. I wish ningeanza. So if you know you're here, you're supposed to start an organization, go ahead and start it. Victor, last time I was talking to you nikikwambia you're organizing the summit, but then this year, before the year ends, organize a summit in a different venue and have a goal of 1,000 people. They're going to come. Have a goal of meeting the president. Why not? Ama dota wake Shalin Ruto. Ama deputy president. If you're a lawyer here, you're doing law, go and meet the chief justice. Go walk into her office. Do something. Now, if you know you are doing something and you are not scared, hiyo kitu bado. So always, if you are doing something and you are scared, you're on the right track. You are on the right track. And I have come to the end. Let me play a video and then I get a question or two. Today I just wanted to become very practical as much as possible ndio at least mjifunze kitu. So maybe what you've learned is your temperaments, knowing who you are, and ufanye research kuhusu who you are, but also number 2, take action on that dream. That's what
Give
is.
me under a minute and I'll destroy your comfort zone. Comfort isn't safety. It's a slow death in disguise. You keep saying tomorrow, but you know deep down, tomorrow never comes. Stop looking for the easy way to do hard things. You won't grow without first stepping where you've never stood. Every step into discomfort pulls you closer to the life you actually want. You face your fears, you adapt, you evolve. That's not danger. That's transformation, pulling you towards your potential. So, if discomfort scares you, then staying the same should freak you the out. Because you've never gotten better when life was easy. Because comfort zones never forge greatness. But the courage to destroy it, that's where your new life begins.
Awesome, good. Any question before we pray, we go sleep?
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Kennedy Ogunde, and I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah, you find that every person, like maybe after Form 4, every person, they have that desire or they have that goal that they want to achieve, and maybe by achieving that goal, you need to do maybe a course that will lead you to that goal. So let's say, for example, my goal is to become maybe an engineer, and nimeanza na kufanya certificate maybe in building and construction, for example. And then nimemaliza building and construction certificate, and maybe natafuta job sasa.
Yes.
So, you know, in most sites, like in construction sites, the foremen and those engineers and site supervisors, they do judge people mostly with the strength or maybe how they look like. So I have the potential and I have the courage and I can do it, but due to my physical appearance, maybe I'm too small or I'm too slender, maybe I'm too weak. Someone thinks that I cannot do it.
Yes.
How can you overcome that one?
Wow.
And another question is, maybe I want to be a teacher. I'm doing education, and I'm an introvert person. You know, there are some courses that maybe there are some profession that you need to be talkative, like you should talk, like yeah.
Yes.
And then maybe I'm that an introvert person that I don't like talking.
Yes.
Maybe I just go to class, teach that topic or unit, and then go back to the staff room. You find that maybe the interaction and everything is not there.
Yes.
You find maybe, you know, like students love those teachers that maybe interact, make a lot of jokes and blah, 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 blah. So unapata like, even though I'm going to class every day, but unapata maybe students and hawanitaki ama they are not happy about venye nafundisha.
Yes.
Unaweza solve hiyo nini, unaweza kuwa in a good way aje na hizo two situations.
Okay. Let me answer the question more easy. For you to be a good teacher, si lazima ukuwe mtu wa parapara. Kitu ya muhimu ni kufunza content yako. My best, one of the best high school teachers alikuwa mwalimu wa maths. Yeye alikuwa anakuja kufunza alafu anaenda staff room anafanya vitu zake. But maths tulipata A. We had a mean score of over, was it 9.6 or 9 point what? The school I went to. He was never a social person. We had teachers, they were friends with students and other teachers, but we failed their subject. So, at the beginning of this talk, what I said is this: do not change who you are. You can try to be social, because when you're social, you also gain other people's perspectives. It also opens doors for you. But in a day, you only need to talk to 2 people meaningfully. So chagua watu wawili ambao watakujenga. Students only talk when you're in class. Si lazima ukuwe mtu wa perepere. So don't change. So is there anything wrong with you? No. Your first question. Your first question was about
construction.
Construction. Construction.
Yeah.
Okay. Certificate and all that.
Yeah.
And sometimes we are wondering, your appearance, unajiona mdogo, your appearance and all that. Let me give you an example.
Reason why nimetumia certificate, because unapata certificate, mostly they do practical works, like wanajenga.
Yes.
Mostly they don't supervise and
Okay.
Yeah.
So, ile kidogo umeanza nayo is not where you'll end. Some of you here will not go to university, but you'll be richer than those who are in university, and you'll become better. Advice, practical. Anza na certificate, save some money, and ufanya diploma, grow like that. Or do other certificates. Next week, if you agree, next week I'll tell you how to do other free courses online. Ukienda kutafuta job, ama zitakupatia skills to make more money. Free courses. So hata kama una do, you can do free course. I'll even tell you how to do a course from Harvard, free of charge. Free of charge. Na ukienda kwa interview, wasa utashinda, umesoma Harvard, utasema yes, because you have a certificate from Harvard and it is free. Let me talk about appearance. God made you tall, He made you short, He made you African, alikutengeneza mzungu. That is who you are. It's part of your identity. But remember, in the Bible, the many people who brought change were children. Example is David. By the time he's killing Goliath, he was just a boy, barely 16 years. Hata hakuwa na ID. So sometimes, God does not look at the external. God uses you. Na hiyo ufupi yako, hiyo blackness yako, hiyo una stammer. Moses was a stammerer, but he was a savior of the Israelites. However, does it mean you need to stay like that? No. Learn how to dress. Ukiwa na watu, learn how to dress. Oga. Kama una perfume, deodorant, roll-on, oga mara 2. Wacha kusweat, wacha kunuka makwapa, wacha kunuka sijui aje. Kama una lotion, chukua Vaseline. Vaseline ni 20 bob, 30 bob, jipake poa. Nyoa. Don't look shady. Because I usually say this. Dress how you want to be addressed. Nikikutana na wewe kwa event, I can even call you nikwambie, let's go and meet the president. So, you can be short, but know how to dress. It's called presentation. Number 2, you can be short, but you are very wise and knowledgeable. Wise and knowledgeable. You'll be better than somebody who is handsome and tall. Na akili haina kitu. So, if you're a short person, one of the things I usually say is work on your emotions. Usiwe mtu kasirika. If you don't know how to dress, learn how to dress. But read books. Read books. And then learn public speaking. And then work on your talent. Work on your talent. Those things that God has given you will bring you a lot of things and a lot of change in this world than your appearance. Nobody cares how you look. There are many billionaires and millionaires and rich people. Wanakasriaje, but people listen to them. So work on that. Never change who you are, even a minute. Look at what is it that God has given you. Talent, work on it. Public speaking, presentation, you are going to sell. Okay?
Yes.
Let me give you an example here of somebody who is supposed to be on the streets akiomba do. Na think wanga mnawaona. They're always on streets. These people, Ukienda Tao, Kisumu, Mombasa, they're ever on streets. But this person is traveling the world earning millions because alijam. I can make a difference.
That's what you told me once. So many times we've made our peace.
Ako na mguu moja.
This is love, I'll never give you up. I know you'll always come home to me. Like a fire always burning, I'll be here for you. If you're ready, heart is open, I'll be waiting. Come find me. If you're searching for forever, I'll be waiting. Come find me. I see you here in the darkness, blinding light, right where your heart is. If you're ready, heart is open, I'll be waiting. Come find me.
That is Musa. Musa ako na mguu moja. Musa is a dancer, earning millions in the world. I'm not sure whether you have one leg. You are not disabled. But many of us here are going to die. They're supposed to be authors, musicians, doctors, engineers, with a lot of fear. But somebody called Musa from South Africa with one leg dropped the fear, dropped the victimhood, and is now changing the world. My friends, my prayer for all of you right now, you in your 20s, maybe 30s, that know your identity, unleash your potential, start now. Don't wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. That's my prayer for you. Amen. So we have a WhatsApp group. Go to the messages. Somebody called Victor Franklin is a student from JQuat. Register there. If you register, he'll get to know your name and your phone number. He'll introduce you to a WhatsApp group. My goal is that next month, maybe the first day of the month, we can have a hike somewhere, maybe Ngong Hills or somewhere else. And then maybe in the month of June, we could have a dinner and we could teach you how to, I can organize some great people to meet you, some CEOs. There are many things in store for you. So we are here to mentor you. Next week, I'll bring for you somebody who will teach you how to use AI how to make money, and then we'll teach you how to start a business with 1,000, with 500, and then how to open bank accounts. After 1 month, 2 months, you guys should be ready to change the world. So, Victor, back to you. Close this meeting. We go sleep.